In a sitcom world. Maintaining friendships, especially during life-changing events like graduating high school and moving away to college, isn't easy. It isn't uncommon to grow apart from your friends at this age, and as you get older, it becomes harder to make new friends as often. Today on Wellcast, we're going to help you deal with the important relationships in your life, and we've got a 4-step method to help you maintain the old friendships that you have. Sociologists generally agree that there are 3 conditions that are necessary for making good friends. How close you are geographically, hang out face-to-face are more likely to remain friends than those who simply talk on the phone. That said, those who talk on the phone to each other regularly are more likely to remain friends than those who only email. That's why many of your best friends are made in high school or college. You see these people every day and probably have a lot in common with them. But what happens when your friendships are no longer based around proximity or convenience? Let's say you're best friend and you leave for different colleges. You no longer share any classes with her, you don't see her as often, and when you do, it's a little awkward. She has a bunch of new stories about new friends and places that you don't quite fit into, but we've got you covered. It's time for our Wellcast Guide to Maintaining Friendships. We've got 4 suggestions for how to foster your friendships even in difficult situations. Let's begin. Step 1, communicate. Remember this acronym, SPE. It stands for see, phone, email. Social media can make it feel like you're more in touch with your friends than you actually are. Hey, you get the big life updates from Facebook, in a relationship, graduating, moving across the country. But the details, the small talk that makes up a friendship, that you can only get from face-to-face contact. You should work hard to try to see the person whenever you can. If they don't live close, then phone rather than email. It shows your friend that you're serious about this relationship and it allows for longer, more intimate conversations. Step 2. When in doubt, send you greetings. Okay, now that you've gotten in touch with your friend, what do you talk about? If you want to reach out but don't know how to break the ice, send a you greeting. People like to talk about themselves. Ask your friend how she's doing. Throw in a few compliments. I bet you're rocking your new job. And then let them fill you in. Step 3, don't be too hard on your friends. One common thing you might notice now that you guys have been talking after a little while is that you two have a little bit less in common. This is completely natural. Sometimes friends drift apart. People change a lot in this period of their lives. That doesn't mean you can't still be friends with someone. Just try not to focus on the differences. Well, you used to like the Killers, and instead, focus on your shared experiences. Above all, cut your friends some slack. Think about the person you were when you guys first met. You've changed. Why can't they? Step 4, take advantage of big events, reunions, birthdays. If you rarely get a chance to see your friend, these can be the perfect opportunity to reconnect, catch up, and celebrate without any awkwardness. Make a point to invite your friend to any large gatherings you're having. This is also a chance to introduce her to your new group of friends and vice versa. All right, let's recap. The most important thing in maintaining your friendships is showing up. Hanging out in person. A great chance for this is a large celebration or a milestone.
Yo, what up? It's your girl G. You know who you reached. I'm not in to leave a message after the beep.
How you doing? You reach Rico. I can't make it to my phone right now, but if you leave your name, your number, and a brief message, I'll make it back to you as soon as I can.
Hey, what's up? This is Jeremy. I can't come to the phone right now, but after the beat, leave me your name and your number, and I'll call you back, alright?
Hey, you reach Nicole. I'm on that, bitch. I can leave a voicemail like me. Take it personal. I'm busy right now, please.
What's up? It's your girl Sharita. As you can see, I ain't on the phone right now, but if you leave your name, your number, and a brief message, I'll be sure to get back at you.
Hey, what's up? Just hear me. I'm not available to take your call right now. But leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I'll get right back to you.
Have way too much fun in church.
Contrary to their well-being. We live in a social world. We're so linked to one another that when asked about ourselves, we often express our identity as the sum of our relationships with others and the experiences we've shared. I have no desire to downplay the importance of friends. People draw strength from communities of support, and that is undeniable. And I believe that meaningful friendships are perhaps the most important component to personal flourishing. So why have I lived contrary to my well-being? Why have I lived as though my happiness is disposable rather than my unqualified right by function of my personhood? For a long time, I didn't know why I had trouble making friends. Growing up, adults used to tell me that I was so mature, but the implication was it was really difficult for me to be a kid. My family says that I have a great memory when I do something like quote an embarrassing thing I said years ago when everyone else has long forgotten it, but the truth is my memory isn't all that special. I've just always run through my social interactions like mental flashcards, incessantly checking my role against some standard reference point and critiquing myself based on my actual performance. I spend hours at a time thinking about things like my interpersonal interactions, my worries, my fears, to-do lists, the what-ifs of an upcoming or past situation, or mentally adding up the days and hours until an important event. The brain is just an organ, albeit it might be the most important organ we have. But much like we breathe in and our lungs oxygenate, and although we don't consciously will our lungs to think, we do imagine that we have total agency over the content and duration of our thoughts. But sometimes I don't get to choose what to think. And it's difficult for me to slow down my brain once it gets going. I'll lay in bed all night, willing myself to go to sleep, but my thoughts don't stop racing and I can't relax.
We're gonna rob the bank and we're gonna wear nice suits. Are you ready, baby? Are you ready?
Let's get them.
Let's get them.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, okay. Let it work.
You go. Candle ceremony for my uncle and anybody else who lost a loved one.
Okay. Walk it like I talk it. Woo. Walk it like I talk it. Hey, walk it like I talk it. Walk it. Okay.
Especially if we got the fully equipped kid on it, it's whoa. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I had this bad chick uptown, she was whoa. Had me messed up in the head, I mean, whoa. Bought the chick diamonds and pearls, I mean, whoa. Should've seen the ice shining on the wrist. Whoa. Now money ain't a problem, see my dough is like.
Watch what you do when you gon' find yourself buried next to someone else. And we all thought you loved yourself, but that.
Anger and animosity amongst people. So the purpose of the business is to uplift our youth and to unite everyone. And so we're here giving back to the community. We have free food, we have beverages, and chips and inspirational songs going so that we can just spread that positive energy and let the love and the light of encouragement bring us all together.
Yeah, so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And what was the name of the organization again?
It is called We're Doing Our Own Thing.
We're Doing Our Own Thing.